Hi, YouTube. Hope everybody's fine. I had a pretty good day. Little cold. It was about 8 degrees, maybe 10 at it, the warmest today. We got about a foot of snow last night, so yeah. Oh, don't move. Yeah. So it's nice fluffy snow. It looks nice that for snowboarding, but it's very cold out, and with a sprained hand, I'm like, I'm not really into getting hurt right this second, maybe if I feel a little better. But when you're injured, you really don't want to go out and play. So, yeah, maybe another time. So, yeah. Uh, in a way, I kind of feel bad. I know I called some names that might have been offensive to people, and I'm not meaning any good people out here. In my defense, the only things I can say that are legal to people that are being cruel to me or actually want me dead, that's a little more than cruel. So when I say something offensive, I'm not meaning you good hearted people that would never lay a finger on anybody, you know, just so you know that. I do love everybody no matter what they look like or doesn't matter to me, and it never has and it never will. But I will be subjected to call names towards people that I know want me dead. Hey, that's all I can say. um, Joanne, yeah, a good point with that antenna. You were talking about having an injury, and that, yeah, the more injuries we have in our body, the nerve endings, that's what the dark forces want out of us is our pain, our nerve pain specifically. Um, so if we can concentrate on healing our wounded areas from the inside out with Christ's help and prayer, and was gonna say, yeah, whenever we have an injury, um, that can hinder our closeness to God, any kind of malnutrition, overeating, which I have a tendency to do. um, well, see, I only eat once a day because I just can't stand it through the day normally. So when I do eat, I'm really hungry and I eat pretty much, enough. Not always, pretty much, but usually. So very rare will I eat through the day. It's kind of like sleeping and eating through the day. It just bothers me. It's like I don't need it, so I don't do it, type of thing. So I don't know. So then I just eat what I need when I need to, and but sometimes it's too much. I heard Roseanne Barr saying that was one of her things too. It's like, oh, lady, and that food over there, she's in Israel, looks so wonderful, just beautiful the way they served it to her, on a tray, and it's just beautiful. So, yeah. Oh, I don't think I'd ever want anybody like the Illuminati. They want slaves. They want people like that. I even as a businesswoman, I really didn't even like hiring anybody because, well, mostly they didn't want to work that hard, but even to debate a wage for a human being bothered me, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I ran a drywall business. It's like, well, yeah, it was difficult in that way, you know. So, but then whenever I went out and worked for somebody, they sure didn't have a problem giving me less than what what we want. That's kind of the name of their game. So, but yeah, that's a big deal with the antennae of our body being whole, like being well-rounded person, and literally what that means inside ourselves and our nerves and endings, and um, if we've slept well, if we've ate healthy, if all the things we do to ourselves and they do to us. I have a friend that's sick. She doesn't know why she's sick, but it's probably something they did to you for real, you know. Well, okay, that was actually my main basic topic for even getting on here today. Not only to apologize to anybody that I might have offended, and I will try and watch myself, but I can't guarantee. I'm just telling you like it is. I'm just me. You know, I love, but I can only take so much sometimes. But okay, my topic is all the Satanists out there want to believe that they're a part of a rebellion, like Satan rebelled against God. No, Satan didn't rebel against God. He was a murderer and a raper. That's not a rebellion. That's a downright dirty deed, you know. So they're trying to make it sound like, oh, like he's some rebel that just, I'm going to be greater than God. No, that was not what it was. It's called murder. He murdered Christ. That Jesus died for us, yes, and God knew it was going to happen, but it wasn't uh, in Satan's mind like, oh, I'm just going to be a rebel today and kill this dude. No, it wasn't like that at all. So, just to set the record straight, it makes more sense, doesn't it? Because it's the truth. So, yeah. So don't, when people are like, oh, we're not Satanists, we're just, what would the word be? Agnostic or, wait, what do they call them? Um, Atheists. Yeah, we're just atheists, we're not Satanists. Well, now God has talked to everybody's hearts. Everybody's. You either are of God, the true one Almighty, or you're not. It's just the way it is. You know. So, and I'm standing firm with my belief that these animals are not walking in God's house with us at the same time. It's just not like that. It's like rehabilitation. You just don't automatically learn things that have taken children of God millenniums to understand while the rest of them went around eating us, you know, on a daily basis. The daily sacrifice didn't quit. What quit was God's meaning with that. He twisted that around and put that pain on them. Now everything that comes off of us comes off of them and gives us that strength, if you see what I mean. So, although it's worded like the daily sacrifice ended, it was reversed. So what they do to our blood, they do to themselves. And that rebellion that they talk about, that lie they call a rebellion, um, oh, what was I going to say about that? Oh, I get so mad sometimes just thinking about it. Give me a minute. I'll be back with you. I'm here, you know. So, yeah, give me a minute. Oh, they're lies. So yeah, God twisted it on them. So oh well, I'll think of it. I'll think of something else to talk about until it comes back to me. It will. You know what I mean? I literally did have my stove shut off in the other room, my heat stove. So it's like, oh, wrecked my train of thought. Oh well. Um, you guys are probably sitting there screaming at me. You were talking about twisting it, that it wasn't a rebellion. Let's see, I'll go back to where I was. The daily sacrifices now on them. Um, oh, death is only on this planet because of Satan. That's the only reason. He brought that upon everybody in his soul. And as the so called architect of this world, put us here thinking it was a funny joke. When God knew all the time his warriors would stand up in the end and put him in his place. So, and we are. So everything will be reversed. That's a part of it. But I'm still down pat with the fact that these animals, these creatures that would literally eat your baby or drink your blood or rape you or rape your children or beat on you, use you for slaves, whatever they would do to you, that they are not going to be skipping through God's house anytime soon. Part of that soul is what that is. That is who they made themselves by their actions or their lack of actions. When you don't have that for other people, you don't have it. It's not something that can be put in you. Yeah, you can be washed clean with the blood of God, with Christ's blood. Yes, you can. But you can't teach a turnip how to think. It takes time. I'm convinced of that. I'll find it in the scriptures. I'll prove it. That's why they don't want anybody reading the Old Testament, because that's where a lot of the truth lies of what happened. Lies is right, yeah, that too. There's a book of Sarah, there's a book of Ruth, and there's Mary. But the book of Ruth really has a lot of information in it. I was going to touch on that, and I thought, oh yeah, they're going to think, oh yeah, a woman talking about God, and of course she's going to throw the scriptures out with the women in them and all that. And I was hoping some men would just search that out for themselves. Then I wouldn't look so stupid, which I'm not. You see what I mean? So, if anybody feels like doing that, otherwise I might coming up here. I think I spoke on a little bit of Ruth a few months ago. But yeah. But I just know it's important. There's something in there. I can't remember specifically what it was. But yeah. And what happened to Sarah um, isn't what it was written about either. She was raped by her own child. So. And then they talk about how a handmaiden was given, and so another child could be born out of this tribe. No, this is rape and incest we're talking about. So when you read it, you'll understand what you're reading. You know. Kind of tell you what was going on in Noah's Ark, with the beasts. Just my thoughts on some of them things. Yeah. So I'll probably let this go. Pretty much that's what I was going to speak on is it wasn't a rebellion. It was vile, evil. And rebellious is a little different. That implies like the words they use for a teenager, like a rebellious teen. No, a teen isn't a murderer, a raper. Rebellion isn't the right word for what Satan did. And he didn't fall. That's another thing I keep saying. He didn't fall. How can you fall if you are pushed? You know. So. That's how God took his soul. He separated it in between all the little babies, the good ones and the bad ones, just to show them that the good was going to come through the cycle, through the wind cycle, and come right back and get them from behind. Because you don't screw with God. He'll get you in the end, because he knows you. He made you, that type of thing. So his separate blood, his blood, the people that are of that blood, they are of one soul. They have to suffer as that one soul until they really know what they did, because their father did it. They didn't, but they really don't know. It's not just going to come to them. They're going to have to work hard, just like we do here, just like we did through the eternities. And that's a fact. That's the way that goes. So, sorry if it makes people mad. I know I have loved ones too that I'm not going to see for a very long time because of all of this. And they're really angry with me. They want me dead too, probably. I mean, I can't say for sure. Well, nah. Some of them do. My adopted ones for real do. So, okay, I'm going to let you go. That's all I wanted to say tonight. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. I love y'all. I do.